Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining in. I know that everyone is anxious to hurry on through and get on to moving through this week, for the holiday season is upon us. And so while we're still relishing in all of the festivities of a couple weeks of Thanksgiving. We're ready now for all the extra festives of the Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year, and others. So I called a meeting to order. I have 11:31, and I everyone should have received already the minutes of our last meeting. So with that, I will move for the adoption of the agenda for today's meeting.
So move.
All right. And a second, please.
Second.
All right. It is properly moved and seconded that we adopt today's agenda. Is there any, by unanimous consent, any objections? Any objections? I don't see nor hear any objections. And therefore, the agenda for today is approved. I will move on to the approval of the minutes that has been provided to everyone. Any corrections for the minutes of our November 18, 2025? Okay, I don't hear or see any requests for corrections to the minutes of our November 18, 2025 meeting. Therefore, I will move for acceptance of the minutes of the 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
Moved.
All right, a second, please. All right, it's been properly moved and seconded that the minutes of our November 18 meeting be accepted. Is there question to the motion, question to the motion, question to the motion? All those in favor signify by aye or raise your hand. Okay, and those opposed have the same right. I see nor hear any objections, then our minutes are approved. We will move right on into Marcus for our executive director's report.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. And yes, I appreciate keeping it moving, and I'm going to move right on to our mediation program year-to-date report. I just want to make sure that you're seeing the right screen here. Are you seeing the mediation report?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let me
I can
try.
see it.
Oh, let me, sorry. Yes. Sorry, I
Okay.
had to swipe the screen. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm sorry. This looks different than it normally does, but does this look correct to you? Okay, I'm gonna move forward with this then. So I have the mediation program year to date. We have one additional case referred into mediation. I'm gonna just highlight some things here. So one additional case. So as of year to date, 11 cases referred into the mediation process. We had one case go through the process and result in a settlement, and one case did not. And so the one case that did result in a settlement, we see here, this is the new addition, is the familial status case. It was dual filed and it was a housing case. And so that went through our internal mediation process. And the one case that did not result in a settlement went through Mediation Center of the Pacific. So year to date, we're looking at 5 total dispositions, and the 60% settlement rate overall. So pretty simple. And I know those numbers are going to increase as we move forward in the next few months. There are cases in process that will be reported on as dispositions fairly soon. So again, year to date, Mediation Center of the Pacific has done 3 mediations. 1 has resulted in a settlement. Civil Rights Commission has taken 2 cases through mediation, both of which did result in a settlement. Overall, 3 dispositions of successful mediation, 60%. So that's the report year to date. And unless there are any questions or comments, I can move on to our overall caseload report.
Let's proceed. I don't note any questions.
All right. And so the caseload report as of yesterday, end of date, very similar to the previous month's report. We overall have the same number of cases in our caseload, which is 414. What I did see is that in the course of the last month, there were 2 cases that were filed in 2020 that were resolved. And so 2 cases out of the caseload from 2020, 2 from 2021. So we are making progress. I think that as I've been reporting, we are really cognizant of trying to get some sort of result for the oldest cases in our caseload. So we do have some, as you can see, from 2018, 2019, but we are steadily working on those. Those are assigned and being worked on. The one thing that I changed from this report based upon the request last time was in the cases filed in 2025, so the current calendar year, I've broken down both complaints filed within that category as well as complaints closed. So that makes it a little easier to understand what the net result is. So we have 18 complaints filed since last report, and 12 complaints closed. So the net result would be 6 additional cases from that calendar period. But overall, like I said, there's the same number of cases in our caseload as last report. And similarly with the aging of our cases, it's exactly the same. In 38.2 are in the oldest category, 8.9 are in the second. So it's really very, very similar to last time. And going down to the breakdown by type or status of case, nothing really jumped out at me. Again, the numbers are very consistent with last reporting. I think overall we've been seeing a real effort to get cases from a pending to active investigation. And you can see particularly, all a bunch of these oldest cases are assigned to active investigation here. I'm going to move down in the report. I tell you week after or month after month that the fiscal year comparison will be changed once the annual report is out. I did submit the annual report to our department, and so they compile everything, make sure that, it reads well, and then they'll put it out to the public as a departmental report. And once that comes out, I will be adding officially a new column on the far right here. And so we can talk about that. That's probably going to be next meeting, which is going to be a very busy meeting. So I'm not sure how much time we'll spend on that, but we'll definitely have that as part of the written report that people can view and when we can address when that's added. Okay, and so lastly, I have here our fiscal year comparison. So beginning of the fiscal year, July 1st through yesterday's date. The thing that I've been reporting on, which continues to be the case, is take a look at the numbers of pre-complaint questionnaires received. And you can see pretty starkly that we are at a very high number of 353 pre-complaint questionnaires received from the public since the beginning of the fiscal year, which far eclipses, last year was 295, previous year 269, so on and so forth. So we're at a really high level there. Likewise, the more pre-complaint questionnaires we receive from the public, the more intakes that are done. And so the more complaints typically would be filed. So we have 131, which again, if you look back, is a very high number compared to previous points of time of previous years. So that I think, and you can see the investigation closures are not bad, but at maybe a slightly lower rate than in previous years. I think that's a direct result. Like when you have a lot of time and energy devoted towards intake and the pre-complaint questionnaires coming in. I mean, that's where you really need to devote investigative time. But I'm not saying that we're not investigating cases because we are. It's just we need to really make sure that those initial pre-complaint questionnaires are taken in a timely manner. Um, that'll tie in, I think, to our if we have a discussion about our proposed legislation about the statute of limitations period. But that's the report that I have. I'm happy to field any questions or hear any comments.
Okay, any questions from the commissioners? Okay, seeing and hearing none. Okay, we will move on to council.
Okay, update on docketed cases. There's not many updates. The first two subsections, Marcus Kawatachi on behalf of the complaint filed by Frank Resurrection v. Case Drive-In. That contested case hearing is set for February 12th. Kawatachi on behalf of the complaint filed by Brandy and Gregory Payne v. Wagner. That contested case hearing is set for January 30th in Hilo. Since our last meeting, I didn't get to report on the newest contested case that was docketed. It's Kawatachi on behalf of the complaint filed by Fabio Diaz v. Evan Yutaka Masunaga and Kristen Yuri Masunaga. That one was docketed on November 17th. It's assigned to hearings examiner Tanigawa with a tentative contested case hearing date of April 20th, 2026. During the HCRC investigation, the complainant was represented by Legal Aid Society of Hawaii. So I believe Commissioner Mueller is recused from hearing the case. So if we have any discussion on that, I'll let you guys know beforehand so she can recuse herself. And so this newest case is a housing discrimination case as well. So that's the updates for docketed cases.
Okay, any questions or concerns, commissioners? Hearing none, seeing none, we will move on to, wow, we're moving fast here. All right. And I think the only thing that we've got here that we was just going to address had to do with the update on the hiring process, council.
Right, and we are kind of blazing through the agenda, so I won't talk too much. But researching this topic was a lot of fun for me. It's pretty interesting. It's not quite settled law. It's ongoing. So the issue is for discussion is when the HCRC should go into closed or is executive session to discuss personnel issues, including the hiring for certain positions. For us, this issue doesn't come up very often. There's only a few positions that the commission would actually do the hiring for. So that would be, executive director, deputy executive director, and chief counsel, along with hearings examiners, which we do by contract. As you know, Bill Hosijo was executive director for 27 years. So it's not frequently that we hire for these positions. So it's actually a really good time to revisit how we've done things in the past because, law is always changing and how we're going to address it for the future. The Office of Information Practices is a great resource for guidance and opinions on the Sunshine Law, which we as a commission are subjected to. However, OIP opinions can be challenged, and sometimes they actually get it wrong. Civil Beat's Public First Law Center is really great at keeping boards and commissions accountable, which, I appreciate because the more guidance we have on this, the more we can comply with our obligations under the Sunshine Law. There's a very helpful 2019 Hawaii Supreme Court opinion on the issue of closed meetings for discipline. This one involved the Kealoha case. And recently this year, I think it was in August, there was a circuit court opinion that found, a section of OIP's memo on closed meetings for the hiring of personnel. I think the phrase was palpably erroneous. So, OIP feels like this is a little bit unsettled. They would like an appellate court to rule on this issue. But with that being said, I believe that at this time, it's a good idea to return to the core principles of the Sunshine Law and use that as the lodestar on how to approach the hiring of individuals for certain positions, including hearing examiners. So, the purpose of the Sunshine Law is to protect the people's right to know. Actions by the governmental agency or board or commission, including deliberations, discussions on hiring, shall be conducted as openly as possible. With that as the baseline, the Sunshine Law does provide in HRS Section 92.5 that a commission may move into closed meeting for discussion of personnel issues where consideration of matters affecting privacy will be involved. So, taking the language of the statute, it's important to note that closed meetings are discretionary. It's not mandatory when discussing issues of privacy. So, if the individual, who is the subject for discussion and has a privacy interest, if they want it discussed in open meeting, they can request that, and then the board would, have an open meeting on that. They can't force the person into a closed meeting. The 2019 Hawaii Supreme Court decision also mentioned that when we're considering, what is a privacy issue, it's not a balancing test of the public's right to know. For the Kealoha case, it was, everyone really wanted to know what was happening with the chief of police, and the discipline issue with that, because, the police, they impact a lot of our citizens and individuals in our state. But the Hawaii Supreme Court said it's not a balance of the public's right to know and the individual's interest to privacy, but it just must involve individuals. An individual must have a legitimate privacy interest in the matters discussed, because a bell cannot be unrung. So it's really good to be able to identify areas where these privacy interests might be implicated and then decide before when to go into executive session rather than trying to unring that bell, which, is impossible. So what that looks like in practice and what my recommendation would be for going forward, because like I said, we rarely do this, for hearing examiners, it was maybe once every 3 to 5 years to hire a new one. But we should conduct the hiring and deliberation process as openly as possible, but also identify, potential privacy issues prior to deliberation. So that might require that when we get a letter of interest or a resume, that we do a permitted interaction group, that doesn't require quorum, but they can narrow down the applicant pool. And we would inform all applicants that interviews and deliberation would be done more at an open meeting, similar to, the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on becoming a commissioner. So it's just done very much in the open, unless there is a privacy issue that we would be required to, well, not required to, but we could use our discretion to go into a closed meeting for. So, but with hearings examiners, there's usually only one applicant, so there's not too much of an issue with that. Privacy issues might not be it's all fact specific and individually, specific for certain situations. Individuals who have been in government service, they might not have an expectation of privacy because, salaries for government employees are public. Work history is usually public if they've worked in government, when compared to someone in the private sector where that all might be, confidential or not readily available to people. So everything is, fact specific. So that adds another layer of consideration. But that would be my suggestion, that we just default to the open meeting and then think critically about what privacy issues might come up in the hiring for certain positions.
Hey. First of all, thanks very much for your detailed research, analysis, and presentation. While I'm confident that we are not outside of the law, I think that it is important for the public to know that we that we have every intention of being compliant, and that they're able to see us, make sure that we refreshed our protocols and moving forward. So any comment or questions from commissioners? John?
Yeah, thank you for that background information. It all sounds fine. Question I have is who ultimately makes the hiring decision?
For positions like executive director, deputy, and chief counsel, it is the commission. For hearings examiner, it is the commission. But hearings examiners aren't civil service; they're just by contract. For other positions within the commission, just investigators or clerical staff, things like that, they go through the civil servant, hiring process. So they go through DHERD. So the commission would never, make a decision on hiring of HCRC staff under that upper management level.
Okay, great question, John. Anyone else? Okay, I don't see any other questions or concerns. Okay, and with that, any public concerns or issues? And I don't see a hand, so we will go into our announcements. And I think, Sandy, you can help me out here. We did agree on the January dates. We will move to some modified meeting dates that would be a shorter meetings starting in January, so that we can address legislative items and such. And so Sandy, I'm gonna need your assistance on when our next one is. At a minimum, we will still continue to post the meeting dates.
Okay.
Did you remember what our next agreed date that we did on?
Yes, just a minute here.
Okay.
It would be January 20th.
Okay. All right. So January the 20th is our next date. And then I think that we're going to start meeting almost weekly from there.
I think actually it's January 13th. Sorry to interrupt.
January 13th,
Right,
is it?
yeah.
Okay. That kind of
Sorry.
rung in.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that.
It's okay. So January the 13th, and then I think we're going to meet on a regular basis from that.
there.
So,
From the
right.
13th, yes.
Okay, and for the public interest, we will continue to post that notice in advance as required. Okay, and then just again a reminder about the Dr. King save the date for the parade and rally, and also, yeah, for that weekend coming up. With that, are there any other questions, alibis, concerns? Okay, I see and hear none. Any issues from the public? I see and hear none. With that, I will simply say that we wish everyone a safe and joyous holiday season, and I will entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Thank you.
So moved.
All right, and that has been properly, we'll get a third, fourth, and fifth second on that from the commissioners. With that, all those in favor signify by saying aloha.
Aloha.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Holidays.
Happy
Absolutely.
holidays.
Okay. All right, everyone. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. We've got a lot of work coming up. And so I know that you guys are going to send us the read aheads for our next meeting on the 13th. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. All right, guys, have a great one. Take care now.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Bye. Happy
Yeah.
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Bye.
Take care.